Hi everybody, people out there, all my followers. What I'm going to be doing here today is a quite different video than the ones you might be used to. But I hope you enjoy it and you learn something from here. So basically, as you probably have seen me doing a lot of soldering, all my soldering equipment is up here. So I have my soldering iron, my hot air gun, and my desoldering machine. And here is where I do all my soldering. And I mentioned on a few videos already that I need to get an extractor fan. I usually step back slightly so the fumes don't come straight onto my nose, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. And you ended up by actually breathe some of that stuff, and that's not very good stuff to be breathed. So after looking online for a few options, I find out that fumes extractor kits, they're not that cheap. They are rather expensive. Obviously, they're worth the money. You know, we're talking about our health and everything. But now I'm gonna have to come up with something. Surely by looking at this, you can pretty much guess what I'm gonna do. I kind of tested it, see if it would work, and what I want to do is actually show you why I think this is gonna work. So what we have here is one of those cooling fans from some CPUs and computer cases and stuff like that. So it's nothing really fancy. And what I've done to test it, to see if it would work, if it would be feasible to build something using these fans, what I've done is, and I'm going to do it again. So I've turned the fan on, get the fan running. You can see it, so the fan is now running. And then what I'm going to do is, at some distance, put a little bit of soldering paste somewhere around here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to see if that comes up on a picture, on a video, but we are a quite significant distance. We are about 15 centimeters away from the fan, and look at that. Can you see the fumes? Probably not. Probably can't really see it. You can't really see it, but let me try to turn the light off. See if it's any better like that. Let me try to burn something that would make a little bit more smoke, perhaps. Now this is some plastic, maybe. It's a shame that I can't really record the fumes being extracted, being pulled away by the fan, by the fan. Let me try again. Right, surely you can see it now. Surely you can see it now, the fumes coming out. And look at the distance, it's a quite good distance there. Obviously, if I start to go a little bit, can you see the fumes being pulled away by the fan? Hopefully you can. I really hope you do. So it kind of works quite well. This distance, to be honest with you, is more than good for me to solder. Is a quite good distance, you know, give me plenty of room around, so it's alright. But what I found out is if I put one fan straight after the other, I do not double the suction power, but it increases quite a lot. So the distance that the fumes are extracted from, it increases slightly. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one tray after the next. So, this is how it starts to look like. So I have the two fans already attached together with those screws in there. So that's it. They don't come apart. Obviously they are both. I'm not gonna be able to. Oh, you are. So you might gonna be able to see. So they are both rotating on the same direction. So they rotate that way. So they pull the air that way. Had to chip this corner here to make the cables flushed with the corner. There's a reason why, which I'm going to show you now. So this flexi aluminum tube, it's what I'm going to use for the inside. Because it's that flexible, I can actually move it easily to where I want. Let me put the camera backwards a little bit. Back here. You can see slightly better perhaps. Yeah, you can see better now. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is, so the cable is going to go through the inside, and then obviously this is going to go there, but I don't want this straight close to me. I don't want this facing here. Not for any massive reasons, or you know, the main reason is because I don't want the fans exposed first, in case I've touched with something there. So I want the fan slightly halfway through this one, so a little bit more at the back. So I'm gonna cut these off, then put this in the middle, and that's it. So I had to change my plans because if I put the fan too far away from the actually extracting point, the extraction performance is drastically reduced. So if I do it like this, and the extraction would be at this end and the fan's here, for some reason, well, I don't know why, but it's reduced for some reason. It's not a lot, but it reduces the extraction. Sorry guys, it reduces the extraction performance. So I put them at this end again, so the wire goes through the tubing, as you can see, and the fan is over here. I first sealed this using normal aluminum tape, and then I covered it up with this insulation tape just for a better smooth finishing, and it's where we are at the moment. Boom. Here it is. So this, at the end of it, I just put one of those funnels, I believe that is called, that some cases, some towers used to come up with. So I've just screwed that into the last fun, and that's how it looks like. So I'm not gonna have any sort of filters for now. What I'm gonna do for now is I'm just gonna open a hole right through there, and I'm gonna just put it extracting to the outside, and hopefully this will work. So it's gonna look something like, it's gonna be looking something like this, which I'm gonna be able to move back and forwards, face it to where I want, and that's gonna be my extraction system. So I've showed you this end already. what I've done at the back is obviously I've just put a jack in there so I can plug the power into the fans. I left enough wire inside so I can stretch this as much as I can, so I left room for that. And now I've took the insulation already. I'm just going to drill so this can now then goes on the outside. That's it. We have the opening to the outside wall, which comes just over here, and that's where it's going to come. I'm going to put a kind of a chimney going up, and my plan, because I'm a little bit confined in room in here, what am I going to try to do is get some sort of filter on the outside somewhere, but I will have to have a look at that at a later date. For now, just going to put the pipe through and see how I'm going to seal that around there. And yeah, it's looking good. Alright guys, so this is pretty much done now. It's fixed on the outside, so it's it's like that, so I can pull it all the way. And on the outside, it's now looking like that. So the plan is going to be to put some sort of filter on the outside, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from this foam, I'm going to cut 2 circles with that size, 2 of them, and then just stack them together like that. So put it like that, do a circle, and just put in there on the outside to stop any big debris to actually be chucked on the outside. So hopefully we'll do some sort of filtration. It's not going to be ideal for now, but hopefully it will work. So there is, so I put a bend down so any debris will stay at the top of the foam, and the foam is in there. So obviously we'll do some filtration and we'll stop any flies and, you know, any vermin from coming through. And now I'm gonna have to seal these around here somehow, and then make obviously the switch to turn these on and off. Right guys, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do some sort of kind of a pedal, so I can put on 4 and just press the pedal when I want to turn it on and off. So that's the plan. Don't know yet how I'm going to do it, but surely I'll come up with something. So the first thing I've done, so I thought for a few minutes and I come up with a plan. So the first thing I've done was cut this with a grinder right there, and I left this one still attached. So the plan is I can then put a spring underneath, so that goes up like that, and it will be spring loaded. And I'm planning to put a micro switch on the other side, and that will go, I don't know if is looking at the camera, but will be something like, obviously it needs to be spring loaded, but it will be something like that. So guys, the pedal is now nearly completed. Is no fancy electronics. There's no point when it doesn't need to be. It's quite simple, straightforward connection. And before I actually put all this together, I'm gonna test it. So we'll have a voltage input, we'll have the switch, and on this side we'll have a voltage output, which will go straight into the fan, and we'll have a bypass switch. So if I want to keep that permanently on without having to press the pedal, I will just switch this here and that will stay on. So I'm gonna plug everything in, and we're going to test it. So I have this cable that I've made as well, so same terminal on both ends. So one will go over there, and the other one obviously will go on the output over there. So let me see if I find a place where to put the camera so we can follow this. That makes sense where it is. So we'll plug that one in over there. We'll plug this one on the out feed. We'll plug the transformer in there. And now, when I press this, the fan should start. There we go. Let me put it there so you can actually hear the fan. So, and obviously if I want to bypass, that will come on. That's it. So I'll just put everything in there. I'm gonna have to find out a way to put that switch over there, so when I press that, it actually triggers that. But everything is looking good so far. Right guys, the pedal is now finished. This is how it looks like. Yeah, I know it's nothing fancy guys, but it does the job. So voltage input, pedal switch, like I said already, output into the fan, bypass switch, and I've already raised slightly the pedal. All I've done is I've just hit a little bit this side, and obviously just pushed it a little bit, and so it doesn't make so much pressure on the switch, so it doesn't turn it on accidental. So all we'll do now is gonna close this down like this, put the 2 screws back in there, well, I've lost my screwdriver now. Screwdriver here. And that's gonna do a quick demonstration. So this cable is going into the fan. So output, well, it's gonna get the voltage. The transformer we'll put in there. And now if I want to turn it on permanently, I'll just turn this on and you're gonna hear the fan kick in. Turn it off. Now all I have to do is put this on the floor and job done. It looks rather good. Job done guys. Thank you for watching. This is how you can do an alternative fumes extracting system. Hope you enjoy it. Any questions, put them below, and like always, thank you for watching. So time to get it tested. There's one last minute modification that I've done, which I think I missed when I first thought about this, which was, if you remember, was a cable that would go in on this side and would come in on this side. Obviously I want the pedal something like this. I'm gonna put it in there. So it's something like this. Wouldn't make any sense to have another cable come through there and then I have to go back, or it would be on the way. So it would make much more sense to have both cables coming at the back. I don't really know what I was thinking about when I thought about one cable on each end of the pedal, but whatever. So I've modified that, so it's like that now. So you still have the switch at the front, the bypass switch if I want to put it on permanently. And we have obviously the pedal, which is working 100%. I'm just going to show you. So when I press, there we go. So time to test it. Hopefully you'll be able to see the fumes this time. And I'm just going to get the soldering iron. Turn these on. Turn these on. So it's running, and let's see if you can see the fumes. So I'm going to put a little bit more. So we are about 10 to 15 centimeters away from the fans, and I don't know if you can actually see it. Hopefully you can. So as you can see, all the fumes being dragged into there. So nothing coming up, and that's it. I don't need to breathe any more of these fumes, although I used to be very careful not to, but obviously, definitely I don't need now. So 100% working. It's working 100%, and guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And that's it. Bye.